Hello, Serge here from the back porch. We have a question from Harold Klein, and Harold says, Serge, my playing partners tell me I'm not following through. I seem to go from catcher's mitt to catcher's mitt. Consequently, my distance has suffered drastically. I'm 74 years old and have a bad left shoulder. I play left-handed. Is there a drill I can use to get my club vertical in the backswing and to help me finish with the club over my right shoulder other than just swinging in the backyard? Harold from Michigan. Okay, Harold, the first thing we have to do is that I think we need to address the fact that you say that you have a bad left shoulder, which for you will be the trailing shoulder, being a left-hander. Swinging the club up, you'll be your trailing shoulder, which means that it still has to be able to lift a little bit in the backswing and certainly lift in the forward swing when you swing up. And so the first thing I would say is I think you need to find out what actually bad is. So I would suggest that first and foremost you go see an OT or a PT and have them do some of those checks that they can do and putting your hands and arms in certain positions and making you move it, and they can tell you whether it's rotator cuff problems or not. And if there's any kind of a problem, then I would suggest you then, and I'm sure they will tell you this, you probably need to go see an orthopedic surgeon, have him do some x-rays, MRIs, or whatever it is to see if it is something wrong with the rotator cuff that might need fixing. If it's just arthritis, or I should say just, I hate to say that, but if it's arthritis or bursitis or any issues like that, then there's probably some exercises and stretches that you can do to keep it more movable and flexible and that you can swing. Plus there's some medications that you could probably be given. Heat on it, ice and cold will help. And cold will help it between the heat and the cold. Again, the PTs can help you in that regard and give you a regimen that you could do to help keep it working out. And I'm sure there might be some over-the-counter medications you can take, and then if not, there's naturally go see your doctor and have him give you something that might be a little bit more powerful to help you play and take away the pain. But you need to find out exactly what it is and therefore what to do to correct it and or at least live with it and make better and be able to play golf more enjoyably without pain. So the next point then becomes, let's assume now that, and hopefully that there is no problems, or at least manageable problems, and you can swing a golf club. So let's see what we can do to help you swing a lot better. You asked for drills. I think naturally the easiest drill would be butt on the wall. All right. Here's imagine this goes all the way up as far as up here, and so when I back up to a wall and I get in perfect posture, I lift up. No matter what club I'm swinging, from a wedge to a driver, it should never hit the wall in a backswing. Now naturally you cannot do this in the forward swing because you would, as you started coming up and turning to the target, your shoulder, but more importantly your elbow, would smash into the wall. So you really can't do that. Now, probably the only way you could do something like that is if you had like a clothesline and you hung a carpet over it, a fairly thick carpet was all the way up here, and your elbow could go into the carpet, but wherever the string is right, say the rope is right here, your club could go up and that rope would keep your club over your shoulder. So that would probably be the only way if you at least did it with a carpet. Now the key though is what can we do to get you to lift more? All right, well, lifting is a conscious act. It has to be conscious, because once you start the club from here and you go into the forward mitt and up the tree, lifting is lifting. It's defying gravity. It will not happen unless you do it. The club does not have any motors or engines or whatever to help to lift itself. It cannot lift without you. So I think you have to just really start working on lifting the club up. Another way to think about that is, I call it learning your place in space. If you put your hands up in the air like this in what I call the cactus drill and you bend over, this point is your back. This is basically your backswing. So you put this arm down and you swing up there, and that's your backswing. And you have to learn that position. I call it, in terms of putting my place in space, I kind of like put a mental image here. And when I swing, I talk about ringing the bell. I have a bell up here. It's like one of those desk bells that you see at a hotel or a teacher has on her desk. I flip it upside down and I come up and I hit that plunger up, and it goes bing, bang, and I'm gone. So when I bing it, I'm banging my hips. I'm starting my hips in the lateral left shift to bump. So I learned that place. The whole key is when I pick my club up is for this hand to get, these fingers right here to get up there and touch that club. And that's, touch that bell, excuse me. So I ring the bell. And so then, but what about on this side? Well, on this side, again, if I put my hands up in the air like this, what do you see? If I turn over here and come, here's my, I'm out for my ear. I'm basically going from ear to ear, all right? And if I drop the club this way, and if I have the club in this hand and drop it, you notice they always drop on the center of my shoulder. So I basically, you could also say I swing from takeaway up to the right ear, and I finish over here at the left ear. Okay, so I learn that spot, and if I'm here and I swing a club, I come up and I put it there. So I start learning and memorizing my places in space. I mean, I have a saying that goes, I must swing the club does not swing me. I only move this club and swing it to where I want it to go. And where I want it to go is in the catcher's mitt and up the tree where it's right out from my ear, and the club would be center of my shoulder if I allow the club to drop like that. And in the forward swing, I swing into the forward catcher's mitt, toe up, and I swing up to my left ear, where my forward arm is staying, my trailing arm I should say, is staying over my toe line, because on either side we don't ever get in the sacred burial ground with what we call our string. The string is the shaft and the forward arm in the backswing over the toe line, and then it's the trailing arm, the back arm, over the toe line up. And that recoil and relax, clubs at the target. I've swung down my line and I've finished square to my target. So you have to start, I think you have to start concentrating on it. And again, you can skip rocks and make your hands go all the way up there and put your hand up there if you don't have a club in your hand. If you do one-handed drills, you should always what? If you do a one-handed drill, you should always put your other hand up there to make sure it happens. Because I see a lot of people, they skip a rock and they go like this, but my right arm, my forward arm, my left arm can't reach that. That's a worthless drill as far as I'm concerned. It's worthless doing it that way, I should say. You have to make it where they'll both reach. Just like when I go back to this side and I swing up to here, it has to reach. If I swing over there, I mean it can reach, but that's not a good position. Or if I'm swinging my left arm up, I call this one hitching a ride. Like standing on the street trying to hitch a ride. So if I come up here and I hitch a ride over here, this arm can't reach. So this is a good drill, but it's worthless doing it to that position. I have to learn where the position is where this hand can reach it. So both hands have to know where they're going, so that when you finally put them together, one hand is not trying to go someplace where the other one can't get. They're only going to a place where they both can go, which is the correct place to make a correct swing, ear to ear. Okay? Well, I hope that helps. I hope that helps in Harold and helps you out here. But first and foremost, find out what the physical issues are, and get them corrected and working properly. And then you got these drills to help you to start making better swings. But remember, I must swing the club. You must swing the club. It does not swing you. It only goes where you want it to go. And when you know the places you want it to go and make it go there, you start hitting better shots and shooting those lower scores. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.